So I was just now going over the thing that I just learned recently. So John 19:34 is where Jesus is crucified, and he is, instead of his legs being broken because he's already dead, they pierced him in the side with a spear, and out came an outflow. Where does it go? I changed to a different, just so you believe that I'm not lying, I'm not making this up. Nope, 1934, 19:34, enter, full chapter. Let's see. It says, instead, one of the soldiers pierced Jesus with a spear, bringing a sudden flow of blood and water. So that's a fount of water. You can call it a fount of water. You can call it a spring of water, depending on how it's translated in the Hebrew. Those two things are not such a far fetch from what it says in. So Genesis 26:19 is the first one. A well spring of water is, they didn't have wells like we have, like a stone column. But the first sign of a well was a spring. So if you go to Genesis 26:19, copy, and we're going to paste. Sorry, I don't have Logos software. You say Logos, I say Logos. Isaac's servants dug in the valley and discovered a well of fresh water there. But the herders of Gerar quarreled with those of Isaac and said, "The water is ours." So they would fight over water. Water was a commodity worth fighting for because hardly anybody had any water. So what else? So that's the point that he was making there. Also, Deuteronomy 8:7. Undo. For the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land, a land of brooks, streams, and deep springs gushing out into the valleys and hills. So, oops, that doesn't look good. Can you see it? Can you see it now? Gushing out with valleys, deep springs, gushing out into valleys and hills. All right, remember that. Remember that. Proverbs 14:27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning a person from the snares of death. The fear of the Lord is the fountain of life. I'm getting somewhere with all of these quotes. Getting somewhere. Wait for it. Paste that one. My people have committed two sins. They have forsaken me, the spring of living water. They have forsaken me, the spring of living water. That's God speaking. And they have dug their own cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold water. God is calling himself the spring of living water. And we'll stop there. There are other verses. Amos 5:24 and Zechariah 14:8. Feel free to look those up. But God calls himself the spring of living water, and then Jesus on the cross himself becomes a spring of living water. So be a Berean about that. Look it up. Come to your own conclusions. Amos 5 talks about justice flowing down like a river. Zechariah talks about the one they have pierced. So there you go. That was the big thing that I thought was so monumental that I learned this past week. So there you go.